All right. Well, Alex, it's no secret that you have an insane amount of fan support. I think we've all seen that. I got to experience that playing you last year at Miami Open when it was your breakout tournament, and I'm playing like at home. And I was like, why is nobody cheering for me? Like, literally, not one person.
Amazing. I mean, I played her when she kind of broke out last year in Miami, and I'm from there, and the whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come?
Let me tell you something. When Jessica Pegula speaks, people in the tennis world listen. As a top 10 player globally, she has been around long enough to recognize real talent when she sees it, and she does not hand out compliments just for the sake of it. Therefore, when Jessica Pegula goes out of her way, not once, not twice, but repeatedly to sing the praises of Alex Eala, you need to sit up and pay attention. Something truly special is happening in women's tennis right now, and even the biggest names on the tour are stopping to acknowledge it. Now, Pegula has done something that the tennis world has been waiting for. She finally hosted Alex Eala on her podcast. She invited her on, sat her down, and the two of them shared a conversation that every single tennis fan needs to hear. Let me tell you, the respect in that room was absolutely palpable. From the very first moment, Pegula made it clear that this was not just another guest appearance. This was a genuine celebration of a young woman who has taken the tennis world completely by storm.
That you tend to pack a stadium. You're the highest ranked Filipino in WTA history.
Pegula did not hold back. She poured respect onto Eala in a way that was beautiful to witness. She discussed how Eala is now the highest ranked Filipino player in history. Let that sink in for a moment. The highest ranked Filipino player in the history of the sport. Pegula acknowledged exactly what that means, noting that Eala is carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders. An entire country looks at this young woman and sees itself its pride, its passion, and its hope. The fact that Eala is achieving this with such grace and humility deserves every bit of recognition it receives. Then, Pegula brought up something she has clearly never forgotten. She went back to Miami. She talked about the moment at last year's Miami Open when she faced Eala on the court and was absolutely stunned by what she saw. Miami is Pegula's home. That is her territory, her crowd, and her city. Yet when she walked onto that court, she looked around and realized that the energy, the passion, and the noise were almost entirely for Eala. Despite being in Pegula's own backyard, the crowd had been taken over. People had shown up in numbers and volume for this young Filipino player, and Pegula admitted she was genuinely shocked. She barely had anyone in her corner that day, and she knew right then and there that she was witnessing something that does not come along very often. From that day forward, Pegula said it was crystal clear. Alex Eala can pack stadiums. She said it plainly and with conviction. Since her moment in Miami, Eala has proven it time and time again. Every tournament and every match, she shows up and brings people with her, bringing an atmosphere that makes women's tennis feel alive in a way that is electric and undeniable. Alex Eala herself, to her enormous credit, handled all of this praise exactly as you would expect from someone of her character. She was humble and thoughtful. She reflected on how fast this rise has happened and was honest about the fact that it has been a whirlwind. She talked about visiting places like Australia this year and suddenly realizing the magnitude of what she has become. She is a genuine star now, and she recognized that with a sense of wonder and gratitude rather than arrogance or entitlement. She responded to every kind word Pegula offered with genuine warmth and appreciation. The respect between these two is absolutely mutual, and watching them together on that podcast was something truly special for fans of the sport.
I think it just gradually started to sink in, and when I kind of accepted that I was sort of a famous personality, then it became easier to handle.
You can say it. You're famous.
But the podcast was only part of the story. Before any of this happened, before Eala sat across from Pegula and shared that conversation with the world, Pegula had already shown what she truly thinks of this young woman. She demonstrated it during one of the hardest possible moments. When Eala lost in the round of 16, it was Pegula who was there. She was the one who stepped up and offered support after that painful defeat. She saw it all. She sees it every single time Eala steps onto a court. After that loss, Pegula did not stay quiet. She spoke her truth and did not hold back a single word. Pegula made it absolutely clear that one loss in the round of 16 does not define Alex Eala. One result on one afternoon does not erase everything this young woman has already achieved and everything she is going to do in this sport. Think about how powerful that is coming from someone of Pegula's stature. She was standing up and saying what needed to be said, refusing to let one result overshadow an entire journey, and she was right to do so. Pegula declared that there is not a single person paying attention to women's tennis right now who can deny the potential that Eala is bringing to the WTA. And she is absolutely right. You simply cannot deny it. No matter what side of the fence you sit on or what your opinion may be, the evidence is right there in front of you. Every single time Eala takes the court, the crowds, the atmosphere, the passion, and the connection she has with her fans are real, powerful, and growing. Before the podcast, Pegula had already spoken publicly about the energy Eala brings to the tour. She talked about how, from the very moment Eala broke onto the scene, she brought something entirely different with her, a freshness, an electricity, and a genuine love for the game and for the people who show up to support her. There is an authenticity to Eala that cannot be manufactured. It is who she is, and the tennis world can feel it. Pegula said she has loved watching Eala grow and develop as a player, and then she said something that should stop every reader in their tracks. She said that what we are seeing right now is just the beginning. Just the beginning, think about that. Everything we have witnessed, the incredible atmospheres, the packed stadiums, and the electric matches is just the start of what Eala is going to bring to this sport. If what we have seen so far is just the opening chapter, then the rest of this story is going to be something truly extraordinary. Pegula also addressed something that often goes undiscussed when we talk about rising stars, how Eala is handling fame, attention, and pressure. It is one thing to have talent. It is another thing entirely to carry the hopes of an entire nation while remaining grounded, humble, and gracious under the most intense scrutiny. Pegula remarked, "The way Eala is managing that responsibility is nothing short of amazing. She is doing it with grace, appreciating her fans in a way that is genuine, visible, and deeply real. In the face of defeat, she shows a composure that speaks volumes about who she is as a human being, not just as an athlete." Pegula also understands the bigger picture. When a player draws the kind of crowd and passion that Eala draws, it matters for the entire sport. It grows women's tennis, brings in new fans, and ignites the passion of existing ones. It puts the WTA on screens and in conversations in places where it has never been before. Pegula gets that. She appreciates what Eala represents, not just as a player, but as a symbol for her people, and as a force that is genuinely moving the needle for the sport as a whole. This podcast moment was always coming. Pegula had already told the world she wanted it to happen, and now it has, and it did not disappoint. It was a celebration of talent, character, and mutual respect between two remarkable athletes. Jessica Pegula has praised Eala like never before, and every single word of it was deserved. What do you think about the bond between Jessica Pegula and Eala? Did it surprise you to see a top 10 player like Pegula show this much admiration and respect for someone who is still relatively new to the tour? Do you think Eala has what it takes to become one of the true superstars of women's tennis in the years to come? When Pegula says that what we are seeing right now is just the beginning, do you believe her? How far do you see Eala going in this sport? Let us know everything you are thinking in the comments below because we want to hear from you, especially the Filipino fans who have been riding with Eala from the very start. Drop your thoughts, your predictions, and your reactions and tell us what was the moment that made you fall in love with Eala.